This is a heavy hitter in the acne world. Zapzyt Acne Treatment Gel is essentially a maximum strength tool designed for one specific job: killing acne-causing bacteria. We are going to look into how the formulation works, the strict rules for using it, and how to layer it to get the best without compromising your skin barrier. Now, the core chemistry: 10% benzoyl peroxide. This is the highest concentration available over the counter. It means anything above 10% is classified as medical grade prescription. How it works: it is pro-oxidative. That means it floods the pores with oxygen, which kills acne-causing bacteria. So this tells you one thing: acne-causing bacteria cannot survive in oxygen-rich environments. Now the formulation: unlike some benzoyl peroxide creams that feel gritty, Zapzyt uses a water-based, oil-free gel. That means it's actually good news for people with oily skin. This helps it vanish quickly, making it excellent for targeted spot treatment. Same goes for the Zapzyt Acne Face Wash, but the face wash utilizes salicylic acid and not benzoyl peroxide. Salicylic acid works differently, okay? It is a beta hydroxy acid, okay? That is BHA. Its superpower is being oil soluble, which means it can cut through the natural oils on your skin to clean where other ingredients cannot reach. How it works is that it breaks the bond holding dead skin cells together, allowing them to shed naturally instead of clogging your pores. Now, because it loves oil, it travels deep into the follicle to dissolve the plug of debris that creates blackheads and whiteheads. It also has anti-inflammatory properties that help soothe the angry look of active breakouts. That means it calms redness. So you can see why they use salicylic acid on the face wash here. So basically, the salicylic acid clears excess oil and debris, unclogs your pores, while the Zapzyt Acne Treatment Gel, that's the benzoyl peroxide, kills the acne-causing bacteria. I mean, if you ask me, that's a match made in heaven. But we will get into how you can utilize both at the same time. It is a perfect middle ground for skin health. Effective yet gentle. You get the deep cleaning benefits without the irritation or peeling often caused by leave-on treatments. It has a targeted delivery to clear away surface oils so the acid can get right to work on the pores during the wash. Another point to take in is that it contains 2% salicylic acid, so be gentle, be careful. Don't overdo it, like I always say. Take your time, don't rinse off immediately. Massage the cleanser gently into your skin for 60 seconds to give the ingredients time to penetrate the oil. So start slow. Use it once every other day to start. Even in a wash at 2% concentration, which is the standard strength anyway, can be drying if overused. If your skin feels too tight or squeaky after washing, the product might be, a little bit too harsh. So look for a formula that leaves your skin feeling soft, not stripped. Okay, so we'll get into how you can pair both if you want to. Now let's talk about the promises versus the reality. If you look right over here, right, this promises overnight results. It kills 99% of the bacteria. Well, the reality, while it does start killing bacteria instantly, overnight results usually mean a reduction in swelling or redness of a single blemish. For long-term clearance, it takes consistent use of roughly about 3 to maybe 6 weeks. Okay, now I'll tell you about the golden rules of application. Because this is 10%, it is a beast on the skin. You have to respect the potency, so night use is best. Benzoyl peroxide can make skin more photosensitive. It means it can make your skin actually more sensitive to the sun radiation. So using it at night allows it to work while the skin is in repair mode. This brings me to a very important point. Sunscreen is non-negotiable. If you use this, you must use a broad spectrum of at least SPF 30 plus during the day. No compromise. Benzoyl peroxide thins the very top layer of the skin, making you more prone to UV damage and post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, basically dark spots. Okay, also a side note, benzoyl peroxide can bleach your towels and pillowcases, even your hair. So after application, just be sure to wait for at least 30 minutes for the gel to dry before laying down on a pillowcase. So now, compatibility and layering. This is where most people go wrong. So if you must use the face wash and the gel together, listen very carefully. Using both can be very effective but highly drying. So use the wash in the morning and Zapzyt gel as a spot treatment at night. Or you can alternate between days. Don't use them frequently together. I've come across people that use panoxyl and Zapzyt at the same time. So I'll tell you this, okay, listen up. Combining a 10% benzoyl peroxide wash with a 10% benzoyl peroxide leave-on gel is a recipe for chemical burn, extreme peeling, and a compromised moisture barrier. In fact, it's just a recipe for disaster. Too risky. Don't do that. So if you must use panoxyl and Zapzyt at the same time, go for a lower strength like 4%, and still at that, don't overdo it. I still don't recommend it actually. Now, cautionary warning for those with very sensitive skin. If you have rosacea, eczema, or naturally hyperreactive skin, 10% will likely cause red, itchy, scaly patches. So keep that in mind. Now, this brings us to purge and irritation. If you experience slight dryness, that's normal, which is why it's very important to follow up with a good moisturizer after the application of the gel. If you experience stinging, swelling, or orange peel texture, just stop immediately and focus on hydration. Alright, so now here's a pro tip, the sandwich method. If you find the 10% concentration too biting, apply a thin layer of the moisturizer. First, let it dry, then apply a tiny amount of Zapzyt only on the active pimple. This buffers the absorption without rendering the ingredient useless. So it's very important to know after the application of the gel, you follow with a good moisturizer, and during the day, sunscreen is a must of at least SPF 30+. Also, do not use panoxyl 10% benzoyl peroxide at the same time with the Zapzyt 10% acne treatment gel. That is a recipe for disaster. So with that being said, this is a very strong contender for treatment of acne. And we've come to the end of the video. If you've learned something today, hit the like button, share, subscribe, blah blah blah, you know the drill. Until I see you next time, stay glowing.